Welcome, 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 everybody. And thank you so much for your presence, your being to join. And interesting for today, I usually sign in consciously and see what is needed without knowing who will join. And today, Nietzsche came back. I think it was him. The saying came back to me. The expression of everything important that happens is happening despite of. And I really thank everyone and everything that encounters my life, that brings me to these points, these moments that we can have together. Because I'm learning so much with everyone's existence, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And so recently I had a lot of, obviously in this direction, questions and requests. And it does influence. This information has influenced and impacted me on a very deep level. So my smaller self doesn't know. Our frame of reference doesn't know. I have no clue how to solve these big problems. And my job is, as everyone else's job, to open up, to surrender to the information field that is available to all of us and grow beyond our smaller reference frame system, what we have learned, our conditioned mind, so to speak. So it's so beautiful because of what does it mean when it's said everything important happens despite of. Whatever you put in, whatever that is, something was holding it back. It's worth to discover to what is behind all that. As an example, if someone has in their conditioned mind an idea about I'm weak, and maybe as a male, sorry, Kenneth. And then thinks of how am I solving that issue? I'm too weak for this world. I need to get stronger. So I need to push myself through. So therefore, my body is weak. I need to make my body stronger. And they put a lot of effort into building a strong physical appearance. That's a great way of doing that. There's no problem. Don't get me wrong. There's no judgment in that. It's just observation of what happens. And when you feel into that, then you can clearly see that this event of the thought, wherever that thought appeared for that person, for this young, maybe as a child, this young boy, created a strong intention to become stronger for the world to exist. And despite of, he thinks he is weak, he came to the point that he's now successful in life, maybe, that he feels confident, that he feels he matters in life, and so on. So there's no judgment in whatever you try and whatever you hold on for as it pulls you. I still encourage you to look what is that in spite of, what's behind that. So, in general, it's an opportunity to create more consciousness in this moment, to become more alert, so to speak, so that you can actually really transcend beyond what you have been thinking. You become aware about, you have a thought, and the thought has a content that makes you do things. And as more as you become aware about these things, as more you realize how much are you driven by thoughts. How much is your life made up by thoughts? So what is then that need to be done? If there's anything need to be done, what is the way to go in order to grow beyond? How do you transcend? How do you grow beyond? So, I mean, I feel that is a really, really important question also for a lot of people in our community when they are faced with problems. And then how you can grow beyond the problem that has impaired your life, maybe from a physical standpoint. There are a couple of very famous people. They are very physically impaired. Mm-hmm. They are not able to move. They need to even be fed, some of them, I mean, they're going on stage still, or they are very famous for that their minds are really clear and active. So life can still move through our mind. So some of us may have even had maybe an experience of being in coma or forgetting, things, but life still moves through you. So it's really, really important to learn to surrender and not allow the thoughts to take over, not allowing in a way of maybe replace not allowing, but becoming aware that thoughts are creating a type of state that you experience as suffering. And so you can, for sure, when you go in a meditative state, when you're just allowing a situation to unfold, to be present to the situation and the thoughts and the emotions that occur in this moment. And then through deep surrendering, you can transcend or dissolve into a state where you get into the flow, where life is taking you and you fully and completely surrender. That would be especially for situations when they are not able to be changed on the outside in the external world. Say, if you have a growth, you may not be able to overcome that. Maybe you need an operation in order to, take it off, the growth that might be impairing your health. But from the inside, from your internal state, when you are observing your state more and more, then you are able to transcend the thoughts. You don't need to add more to the thoughts. You don't need to think more. You just can be more with that state. And I recommend that even with small things, we do that now. Like anything that arouses you, gets you emotionally in a way that you may not like it. So you just begin to observe that. you are very clear, it's a thought, and you allow the emotions that come with the thoughts and the stories that come with the thought to appear and disappear. And you don't add any thought to it, as if you couldn't think any thoughts anymore. And that includes also not adding even positive thoughts. No thoughts, no state, or no thinking state. And stay with that. And that is what we are taking deeper and deeper in our practice. And what you also can take then, that experience that you have and the aliveness that comes with that. And you only experience it when you really do it, right? So then you are more encouraged to take it on for maybe the more difficult situation when you can practice this in smaller situations. Say the cashier on the register got you angry or irritated about whatever the person did. Maybe it was too slow and you needed to move on. Those are small situations where our thinking will show up, our frame of reference will show up. And without adding anything, without wanting to make a change to it. And maybe even trying to have the state of not thinking. Like really no thoughts is added. No positive, no negative, no nothing thought is added to whatever happened already in this moment. And then you experience the moment and the changes and transformation that are there. And in this way, that's definitely a very good start to then go also into more challenging situations. And in this way, you can stabilize your state, this state of centeredness, the state of neutrality, that state of fully surrendering to the flow of life that's coming through this moment. And in this sense, we are closing our eyes. And breathing in, which helps us to come deeper into this moment. And out. Breathing in. And out. Observing all chatter in the mind. And with the next breath, we are allowing all thoughts to be breathed out. Breathing in and allowing all thoughts to be breathed into the universe. Coming fully and completely into this moment. The way how you are sitting is perfect. Continuously breathing. Not knowing what happens with the next breath. Being fully and completely engaged into the aliveness of this flowing in of the breath and flowing out of the breath. And an inner smile arises for this moment, this gratefulness of being alive, feeling alive. In the midst of the most difficult situation, if you can come back to breathing as a great pointer to the truth, and feeling this aliveness, then it might be more difficult. And it's easier to get lost. Yet if we are practicing together, using pointers to know these states and become aware, inviting more consciousness into the moment and becoming aware, quicker aware every time we practice. It's almost then as this situation happens again, the register, cashier person on the register may say something again, and like an old friend, you then say, I know you. Whatever arises from the inside, you say, I know you. And you can let it go. And you flow because you know better. You experienced already a deepening state. Come to the center of the head now. And you notice that when you are able to focus on what is alive and what's real, everything is real, but what is true, when you let go of the thoughts and the stories, and you have the ability to focus very well, then it's much easier to breathe and reflect the pure consciousness state, remembering who you are. We are using N as a reminder to connect quickly to a self state. Come to the center of the head, continuously focusing and relax. Saying N. For the more trained participants, you can already say it quiet and silently. For people who are new, say N out loud first. Have the tongue on the upper palate, very relaxed, and feel the vibration of the tongue rippling through the upper palate into the brains, pointing to the center of the head's inner space. You can feel it. allowing N to ripple out. The center of the head becomes more clear. And very relaxed. Focus on the center of the head in a space. Bring all your senses inside. See into the center of the head. Listen deep inside. Without a strain, the eyes are very relaxed. Observe. And you can now focus on the small spot of the center of the head. Say it now only as loud so that you can hear it. Focusing into the inner space. Inner space open. Becomes very even, very peaceful, so quiet. And as if you're diving deeper and deeper, like a deep diver going down. You're diving into deeper and deeper layers, allowing and surrendering. Saying N now silently. Nothing need to be done. Empty. And you're in the state now that is without any thoughts, yet you're very present. And it feels very alive, as if you're coming home. So peaceful, so even, transparent. And despite of everything that is existing and around, a bigger presence surrounds you, holds you, that is so fine, can go through everything, passing through, and you're one with that, flowing through everything, expanding fully and completely, becoming one with the information field of the universe. Universal love has created everything and everyone in the entire universe. You're connected with that. Your heart opens, wide open. You're feeling so safe, so cared for. And more alive. Our hearts are merging together, our minds becoming one. Your mind is my mind, is everyone's mind, is the mind of the universe. All information is accessible to you and to everybody, everyone, and everything. And we are allowing universal love to enter now into our brain's upper dantian headspace. Bring your focus back into the headspace. This beautiful state is now in your head, transforming now the brains, the glands. Universal love is going through your sensory organs, your eyes. Universal love going through your ears, your nose and sinuses, your mouth and throat and neck. We are now adding another sound, using the information and vibration of that sound. Just allow the sound is shu, means empty, as if you're cleaning and emptying the inner space of the head from all that what it's not. Bring it back to balance, letting go of any story, thoughts, and forms. Just letting it go and witnessing the transformation process, transcending beyond the inner space of the head. rippling out in all directions, empty. Now into the middle dantian space, and including the neck, the shoulders, the arms, and the inner organs, lungs, heart, as well as liver, gallbladder, kidneys, spleen, pancreas, and stomach, allowing the inner space, the chest and the upper back from the inside to open, empty. Dissolving, resolving forms, all limitations, the skin and the systems, the cells, all that space. Dissolving like fog dissolves under the shine of the sun. Empty. Shining now into the lower torso and the inner organs, the sexual system, the bladder, lower back, pelvis floor, hips and hip joints, all open. Empty. Legs inner space. From the hips, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, lower legs, to the bottom of the feet, deep into the ground. All open. Empty. Being connected with the center of the earth. And the spine inner space. Vertebra by vertebra down from the atlas to the tailbone. The spaces between and deep inside, all empties. Now you're here. You're present. Yet all forms and limitations of the body have disappeared. You are present, and an aliveness is flowing through, but no limitations. And you realize in this moment, I am energy. And where your head is in space, there's no limitation. And where your feet are in space, no limitation. And your whole skin is not holding anything. You can expand and being aware of being pure energy. Expanding now and exploring deeper. How far can you go? Is there any limitation? Go as far as you can go. Expanding. Maybe there are more limitations when I go deep inside, traveling through my skin, into the cells, into the DNA, into the particles. Is there any limitation? You're fully suspended, expanded inside and outside. No limitations. It feels like surrendering and bathing now in the field of universal chi. Like an ocean of chi, so pure, so even. Who is observing? Without answering the question, observe. No thinking. In this state, there's no thoughts. And open to the universal information field that is directing and guiding your entire existence. Surrender to the bigger plan of the universe. And feel the lightness that comes with that. All heavy load dissolved, resolved. All functions of the body come back to balance by itself, following the information of the universe. Letting go, surrendering, accepting that we do not know, in that, but a clear knowing of who you are arises clearer and clearer. All problems disappeared. Now we are extending this moment. You are independent. You can move wherever you wish and observe inner states. And bring this consciousness field of the universe, this clear information field, which we call as universal law, into an area that needs help the most, needs more light shining into, needs more emptiness. With your ability to choose a place that needs universal law of information, without knowing what it means, no thinking. It's almost as if you're sleeping but not sleeping. Focus on the area, maybe in your body, that needs correction in function, coming back to original function in the most loving way. The chi body is already perfect. The fields of this chi body are perfect. Even if there has been a physical form, maybe a person lost a finger, the chi field is still there. It's perfect. And we are loving the space that you focus on, that you shine the light on. Universal love balances that space. No doing. Simple being. You also can use that ability to highlight another person or an event or the whole world. Whatever feels right, where you want to shine light on, to brighten and lighten whatever you focus on. Allowing universal love to flow through, being one with you. Be quiet. Find the center of that area. of that space, the event. Trust that you know it. And sleep there. Surrender fully to the process. Observe. Be quiet. You can use N when you have a feeling that you are losing yourself in thoughts. And N points to your self state. N is one with self state. Realize that this love has been always there, always will be there, and continuously being there, despite of. Whatever appears, occurs, just allow. Don't touch it. Allow it to arise and to fall, to disappear. So that only what is true stays left, which is stable, not moving at all. you're increasing your relationship to Source, Divine Source. Becoming more clear and connected, stable in that state. And as it's so alive, you have an alive relationship with Source. Trust. Surrender. Oh, beautiful. So peaceful. There are no intention. You're just feeling so good, so peaceful, so grateful. And every breath is charging you more with pure light. And you feel that this is a new, magnificent moment, a new start, a new knowing. And everything begins to flow on all levels, including the level of the universe and the stars and planets. Also, their intensities are lifting and they're lighting back up with truth. It's so beautiful. All cells lining up with truth. The information of your fields is lined up with truth, creating now the forms and the systems very strongly and healthy, very flexible. You already know. You know that you only need to come back to that source, that space. It's all there is. making you happier, more clear, stronger, more powerful. In the universal information sense and field. Our conditioned mind has no idea what strength means. Accept that. Doesn't know what power means. In all the games that we have been playing, to know what power means have an end. From this moment on, you already know. You're free from all these games. And you can rest, coming back as often, stabilizing that state as more that you can. And then enjoy the unfolding of pure love into all that you are. Reflecting pure love and joy. Your thoughts are holding now this information. The energy is used to create thoughts for loving information. For healthy information, for balance, harmony. You now can cut through anything that appears as of important. You will know. Trust. And you can witness the changes and transformation in that place that you have been choosing. And a smile becomes brighter and lighter. Detaching from any outcome. Accepting that this beautiful state is here and now. And whatever you need to do in that moment, you will know. Maybe you need to rest a little bit more. Maybe you receive some clarity. And then declutter, therefore, in your action what you don't need anymore. It's very clear to you. Whatever your experience in this moment is, will be, and has been, you learn to trust it more. And more and better every day. You're not practicing in order to practice, to improve something. You're practicing to increase that relationship with being one with Source. And learning to follow and obey what you receive. Knowing its universal love directly reflecting onto your canvas, your inner movie. And you trust fully and completely. You may feel also the rhythm of the universe breathing. So use now for a moment your universal chi hands and raise them up in front of the lower dantian. Palms facing each other. And then join this universal breathing in and out. Do it in your own rhythm as it feels right. Helps to focus and intensifying that state even more. It is not necessary. Some of the practitioners are enjoying just sitting. And then just try out how it feels when you use your hands opening and closing. The entire universe opens and closes. You're one with the universe, one with everything in the space, in this moment. Your calmness, your peace, your inner joy, your happiness, your gratitude, information, one with the field of the universe passing through the entire time space. And slowly open the hands and gathering pure chi. You're surrounded by a purest chi field. And bring in from the front purest chi. To the navel. The right hand comes in first for the women, left hand for the men. Absorbing it deep into the navel, into the lower dantian. Place the hands on the navel. The center points of the hands, Lao Gong points, over each other. And continue breathing there for a moment. Gathering purest chi. Consciousness highlighted as your existence, energizing your existence, your information state, so pure, so even with universal love state of the universe. Life flows through you despite feel the strength, feel the clarity, feel the happiness and aliveness. And you may feel that your body is so relaxed, so light. Energy is flowing very well. Maybe a warmth, or a tingling, a buzzing, or a flowing sensation occurs. Enjoy. And with a smile, send your good information back to the universal field of the universe. Sorry, the loving universal field, and also the field of the community. To all the great people supporting this process, all seen and unseen energies supporting this process. And send your love, appreciation to all of your cells and your fields, and to your friends and families, and anything that you wish to send this good information to. And then you can open the hands to the sides and begin to really fully integrate with your physical body, your chi fields, merging with the physical body and the forms, so light, so bright, empty. And whatever you need to do, maybe shaking or stretching, whatever you feel is right. And then we open our eyes. And we all say Hun, Huan, Ling, Tong. Hola. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hola.
Thank you. Hola, Gloria. Thank you. Yes, Penny. I do have a feeling someone wants to share, or a couple of you may want to share today. Who wants to say something?
I'll jump out. I'll jump in. Found a very strong heart-head connection